Hello everyone, I am Nilanjana, your English language teacher, and in today's video we are going to focus on present perfect tense. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and I have just finished my breakfast and that's how I'm recording this video. You heard it correct. I have just finished my breakfast. This is an example of present perfect tense. So if you don't feel confident about present perfect tense, what is the structure of this tense, when to use it and how to use it, you should keep watching this video till the end so that you get all your doubts clear. And do not forget to grab a notepad and a pen so that you can take down the notes and the examples that I will be discussing in this video. But before that, you already know, please do take a moment to subscribe to my channel and hit the big fat like button and share all your love and support. You all are just awesome. Okay, so let's get started. Present perfect tense is used when we talk about an action which is not yet over or which is just finished. Let's look at the structure of present perfect tense. It is subject plus have or has plus the main verb, which you can call the verb, third form of the verb or the past participle form. Now here comes the confusion. What is the past participle form? Because this is where all the irregular verbs will create a chaos and a confusion in your mind. But trust me, it's very simple. So let's look at the structure once again. It's subject plus have. Of course, you know that when the subject is plural, you need to use a have. And when the subject is singular, you need to use a has. Now, what about the verb or the third form of the verb? Now, in order to understand the third form of the verb, let's have a closer look at it. Let's take some examples of verbs and make you understand what are the three forms of the verb. Now, there are verbs which are regular because they have a set pattern of forming the past tense and the past perfect, the third form of the verb. Like for example, the verb play. The first form of the verb is play, the second form is played, and the third form is also played. Watch. The first form is watch, the second form is watched, and the third form is also watched. Clap. The first form is clap, the second form is clapped, and the third form is also clapped. Now these are regular verbs, and in order to form the simple past or the third form, you just need to add a ed. However, when it comes to irregular verbs, they will come with all kind of confusion. So let's take a closer look at some irregular verbs. The irregular verbs in the first form, for example, the verb have, in the second form it is had, and the third form is also had. Let's take one more example. Sleep. The first form is sleep, the simple past or the second form is slept, the third form is also slept. Eat. The first form is eat, the second form is ate, and the third form is eaten. So I hope you understand that when it comes to the irregular verbs, you need to understand the second form and the third form with a lot of clarity. And trust me, there is no real strategy of understanding these forms. The only way you can master the three forms are just by memorizing them. So, the next thing that I'm going to discuss is when are we supposed to use the present perfect tense. Now, the present perfect tense is used when you're trying to build a connection between the past and the present. For example, they have lived in this house for 3 years. They have lived in this house for 3 years. It's like a bridge. They started living in the past and in the present also they are still living. The present perfect tense is also used when you're trying to talk about a life experience. I have visited Delhi. This means that this is one of my life experience, and the experience is more important than when did I actually visit. This tense is also used when you talk about a changing situation. For example, I have bought a house. I have bought a house is an example of present perfect tense where I'm actually talking about a changing situation in my life where in the past I did not have this house, but now I have bought it. So for these kind of situations, we use the present perfect tense. Now, you may also need to use the present perfect tense in a negative or an interrogative form. So how do we do that? Very simple. The present perfect tense in the negative form, you just need to add a not in between the helping verb and the main verb. In the positive form, I have visited Delhi. In the negative form, I have not visited Delhi. Now what about if you have to use the present perfect tense in the interrogative form? So as you know, whenever we frame a question, we need to put the auxiliary verb or the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. So same goes here. The helping verb have or has will come to the beginning. So this is how you frame the sentence. Have I visited Delhi? Or has she visited Delhi? So this is how you use the present perfect tense, and I have discussed the structure, when to use it and how to use it. I hope with this video your doubts about present perfect tense will be clear. If you have any further questions, you can definitely put it in the comment section. And if you think this lesson will help any one of your friend maybe, do not forget hit the share button which is just below the screen. So with this, I take your leave until we meet again. Do not forget to subscribe and like my channel. Bye.